I'd lived long enough in the Arizona desert to know that everything beautiful here comes with teeth. And if someone shows up at your gate with a clipboard and a fake smile, you better brace yourself because they're never bringing anything good. That's exactly how this mess started. Tuesday morning, bone-dry sun, already cooking my neck while I finished painting the house a deep blue looked almost like the sky right before it goes black. I remember stepping back, paintbrush dripping, a cold beer in my hand, thinking, all right, this is it, 3 acres, all mine, nobody to tell me what to do. I was wrong. Because right then I spotted a bright yellow envelope stuck in the gate hinge. Big red letters at the top screamed, "Violation notice," like I'd torched the whole place. I just about laughed myself silly. $500 in fines from the Red Mesa Trails Homeowners Association, supposedly for breaking their color code rules. Only problem was I wasn't even in the HOA. I triple-checked that when I bought the land, dug through county records, grilled my realtor, made her swear up and down this place was outside all those Stepford rules. That letter went straight in the fire pit. Lit it, toasted it, watched it burn. This was my land, no committee, no bylaws, just me and a sky full of stars. Next day I'm fixing up my ATV when a white SUV pulls up. Out steps a guy in slacks cleaner than any desert's got a right to see, polo shirt stiff as a surfboard. Introduces himself as Todd Hayward, president of Red Mesa Trails HOA. Says it like he's got the crown jewels in his pocket. He starts in about my non-compliant structure, my house. In other words, claiming that as of last year, your property's now within our community standards. I looked him dead in the eye. You got the deed to my soul too, Todd. He gives me that smug I know better smile, hands me a folder full of documents. I told him to take his folder, his fake fines, and whatever HOA portal he crawled out of, and not to come back without a warrant, or else he'd meet the business end of a rattlesnake. He left shoes, dust-free fingers flying on his phone. But that night I got curious, pulled out all my property papers, checked every zoning map deed survey since the 70s. No record of any change. If somebody redrew those lines, they either forged something, paid someone off, or both. The next morning I get this weird email. They're lying. Keep everything. Trust no one. SR. No subject, just that. I could have ignored it, but it stuck with me. The timing, the sudden push, the way Todd acted like it was all over but the paperwork. This wasn't just some overzealous neighbor. It felt like a setup. So I went to war mode, pulled out my big folder, started documenting every little thing. Didn't expect quiet, but I sure didn't expect to be watched. Couple days later, fresh tire tracks by the fence, cigarette butts still warm near my back gate. Not teenagers this time, this was grown-up trouble. I put up cameras, 4 of them, every corner, motion lights too. And that afternoon a drone buzzed low over the house, circled, dipped by my bedroom window like a plastic vulture. I grabbed my Remington, tracked it, and boom, shot it out of the sky. Felt good, but I knew I'd just poked the bear. Sure enough, next morning, a young sheriff's deputy knocks. Got a call about a drone, he says. I show him my footage, drone hovering right at my window. He watches it, scratches his head, says, honestly, I'd have done the same thing. I ask him if HOA drones are normal. He shrugs, says that's harassment and I should probably talk to a lawyer. Enter Linda Nash, property attorney, sharp as barbed wire, zero patience for bull. I send her everything, video letter, those new zoning maps Todd tried to wave around. She calls me that night. They're bluffing, Jack. You're not under their jurisdiction. Their new map's faked. I already put in a records request. Somebody at city planning's got sticky fingers. I barely had time to process that before I get another email from the same SR address, this time with an internal memo attached. Push jurisdictional expansion while city contact is still cooperative. Kent has spoken to Sheldon. Final signatures by month's end. Kent HOA's lawyer, Sheldon assistant zoning director, rumored to be friendly for the right price. Word gets around fast in places like this. Suddenly neighbors who used to wave at me start looking away. One woman rolls by, slow phone up, filming me like I'm a zoo animal. Facebook's got people calling me dangerous anti-community. I don't even have Facebook, but Linda shows me screenshots. Then at the grocery store, I find a flyer under my windshield. Say no to Miller's militia-style madness. HOA letterhead at the bottom. Todd wasn't just playing president, he was building a little Cold War in my backyard. Linda's not rattled, she tells me. Save every note, screenshot, don't confront anyone alone. But honestly, I wasn't scared, I was pissed. So I kept documenting, fortified my gate, kept my Remington close. One night while I'm fixing my generator, I hear the front gate creak, not wind, not an animal that's metal on metal. I step out and see 5 people coming up the drive, Todd at the lead, 2 guys in Navy Community Standards Enforcement shirts, Kent the lawyer in a suit, and a private security guy with a sidearm. They start measuring my fence, snapping pictures, acting like they own the place. I give them 60 seconds to get off my land. Security guy's hand is already on his holster. Kent gives me the oily lawyer smile, tries to talk me down. I just turn, walk inside, open the safe, and come back out with the shotgun barrel up, safety off. Loud enough click that everyone hears it. "You're trespassing. Last warning." Then I fire 1 round straight up, the noise echoes for miles. The tape measure guy dives for cover, the rest scatter. I tell them if they want to call law enforcement, they better do it from outside my fence. 15 minutes later, sheriff's cars pull up. I show them my footage, the HOA on my property, measuring, filming, trespassing. No charges, just a quiet warning from the older deputy. "They're trying to push you into a corner. I'd get a better gate." I knew it wasn't over. A few days later, I get a thick envelope. Red Mesa Trails is suing me, brandishing a deadly weapon, threatening behavior, noncompliance. They want a court injunction, want me barred from stopping inspections. In other words, they want to turn my warning shot into a terrorism charge with pastel legalese. Linda reads the lawsuit, laughs, points out the updated map, says it's a joke. No public notice, no county record, just poof, now it's theirs. She files a countersuit, trespassing, defamation, falsified documents. Files records, requests for whoever submitted those fake maps. Local news picks up the story, gun-toting homeowner fights HOA over property rights. Not a flattering headline, but after the reporter checks with the sheriff and sees my footage, it's clear who's in the wrong. Then comes the real twist, a whistleblower. Guy named Simon Reed shows up nervous as a cat. In a kennel, says he used to work for the HOA, and he's the one who sent me those emails. Simon testifies that Kent and Todd told him to delete any record of my property being outside the HOA and to backdate new versions. He started saving everything and leaking it. Linda calls him a unicorn. Now we've got proof of the whole conspiracy. Court day comes. Linda, cool as ever, lines up all the evidence, original zoning maps, fake updates, emails, Simon's testimony, even metadata from the county system. Kent tries to paint me as a threat, shows photos of my shotgun, dark blue housebroken drone, but Linda just rolls the footage of me holding the gun barrel up, not once aimed at anyone. She gets Sheldon, the zoning official, on the record. Kent submitted the fake map directly, no procedural approval. The judge, no nonsense, tired of the HOA's games, calls it, "I acted within my rights. The HOA committed civil misconduct and record tampering." Orders them to pay me $120,000, change their charter, and never pull this stunt again. Todd deflates like a balloon. Kent's eyes go dead. I don't celebrate, just walk out into the sun, light a cigarette, and let the relief wash over me. Couple weeks later, I throw a party, Freedom Friday cookout, biggest barbecue I ever held. People show up I never met before, half the neighborhood bringing food and folding chairs, even the ones who used to look away. Turned out nobody liked the HOA. They just needed someone to stand up first. That night, new HOA president, young guy, jeans, t-shirt, shakes my hand, says the whole board quit, and they're rewriting everything. I tell him as long as nobody's measuring my grass, we'll get along fine. He laughs, toasts the sign on my porch. "My land starts where your nonsense ends." And that's how it should be. As I sat there, smoke curling up to the stars, folks laughing instead of whispering, I realized the HOA still existed, but it didn't control me. I didn't win by being angry. I won by refusing to back down, by holding on to the truth even when the liars got loud. And sure, a little shotgun percussion didn't hurt either. So, what do you think? Was I right to stand my ground, or did I take it too far? Let me know how you'd handle a fight like this, or if you've ever had your own run-in with HOA madness. Drop a comment below. Where do you stand on property rights? And what's fair when a community goes too far?